Hey guys, thanks so much for joining Divine Notes with Vanessa today. And today I have two very special friends with me today, Miss Lea Williams and Miss Marites. And so I'm so excited because today we're actually going to be talking about a topic that's actually been in the media for some time now, and that is the Hot Girl Summer. But today we want to bring to you guys Hot Girl Summer Saved Edition. So Marites, you and I had a conversation actually a little bit about it earlier, and so I kind of want to talk to you about what does the hot girl summer look like for you as a saved woman, because we know what the hot girl summer is talking about. You know, they're saying it's a movement of independence and education and owning and loving yourself, yes, but there is another side to this movement that as saved women we do have to be careful about being influenced by. And so what is your view as far as what is a hot girl summer? What is your definition of that as a saved woman?
As a saved woman, without falling into being influenced by the movement right now, I would definitely just say in the aspect of being an independent saved woman is just focusing what's in front of you right now. My biggest, for me personally, is my peace. So in this season, it's okay, my hot girl summer, if we're talking about being independent and just focusing on yourself and, you know, your financial stability, your peace of mind. Are you being intentional with the people around you? And most importantly, like our peace of mind, it comes from one source, and you know, and our identity doesn't come from a song, it doesn't come from the world, it comes from one source. So I definitely think for me a hot girl summer would definitely be focusing on what's important and strengthening those relationships as far as people around you and God, of course. So
No, absolutely. And you said something. You said about strengthening relationships, because I think that's so important. Because when we're going through our journey and when we're talking about being independent and you know, and I don't want to emphasize so much on the song, but there was a piece in the song that emphasized on you know, being by myself and I don't need a man or anything of that sort. And I think for me, looking at that is so much more than what they're saying. A lot of times when people are saying, oh, I don't need a man, or I don't need this and that, there's something behind it. And so for me, when you're talking about strengthening relationships, as a saved woman, I feel like we have to tackle these issues. No judgment, no judgments on anything, because as we all know, we're not perfect at all. But at the same time, I'd rather love a sister who's saying, well, I don't need a man, I don't need this, rather than saying, girl, you crazy. You know? So for me, I agree. It's definitely about strengthening relationships and holding your peace and being on your grind. I mean, with God, of course. I mean, that's so important, because we can't do this without Him. It just don't work. So, you know, I definitely agree with that. And so, Lea, I do want to get your take on this, because I know you've had some strong, some strong opinions about this. And again, no judgment. It's just how you feel about it. But you're so passionate about how you feel about things. And so I definitely want to hear from you as far as what do you feel, or how do you see a hot girl summer as a saved woman? What does that look like for you?
For me, I think just to kind of like give you all a look at what my summer has been about so far, I think it's really just been about bettering myself. You know, like you guys were kind of saying, you know, growing in relationship with other people. And for me also, it's been in just growing in community and just, like I said, bettering myself every day. You know, I have one version of myself one day, and then if I look back 3 days later, I want to be better.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and that's what Hot Girl Summer has been about for me.
Right.
You know,
right.
and I could be popping and love Jesus too. You know, and I
that's
think
right.
that's one thing. You know, I just kind of want to elaborate on that real quick. That
Let 'em
people,
know, let 'em know.
and I mean it's facts. You know,
Yeah.
people see lashes, they see long nails, they see different color hair, long hair, lip gloss, glitter on your eyes, and they're like, you don't know Jesus. Yeah, I do. I know him and I love him.
She knows him, y'all. She knows him.
Know him and I love him. And so I think that's just one thing that I want to get straight real quick. You can be popping and love Jesus.
That's
not
right.
a problem. It was so funny. I was talking to one of our other friends the other day, and I was asking her, I was like, is this little vest too much for church? And she was like, says the person that wore a blue fur
Right.
to Sunday service. And I was like, oh,
Right.
I was like, wow. I was like, I did wear a blue fur to Sunday service.
She did, y'all. She did.
And that's my Sunday best.
Right.
You know what? I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out,
Yeah.
for Jesus, for my Father, okay?
That's right.
I'm showing up, but I'm showing out on Sunday. I don't know about y'all,
She
but
ain't
that's
lying,
me.
y'all.
But most definitely, this Hot Girl Summer has been about bettering myself, really knowing or discovering who I am, in community, in church, in God. And I think that's just really my take on it. And that's what it's been this whole summer. And it's been really cool. I've made a lot of friends, really connected with a lot of people just based off of nails or lashes or hair or
Right.
lip gloss or
There you
something
go.
like that, and especially working, in an environment where everybody wants to be a hot girl, and I'm like, I'm a hot girl too,
Just a little different.
just a little
but-
different,
Right.
So
No, that's and you are spot on, because you can be saved and be popping at the same time.
Yep.
Okay, it is totally doable. What would you guys say to women who are looking at the Hot Girl Summer movement and they're like, I can go out and do this.
Right.
okay. Well, let me just and this
Not
is
our
something-
definition, but the world's definition.
This is something that I was really thinking about, because it happens a lot, and I think that there was another video we were talking about just kind of following influencers and artists and things like that, and how we can get ourselves hurt because we don't really see the inside of their lives. You got these people singing these songs talking about Hot Girl Summer, we don't need a man, we go out, we
But
do
what's
this.
really going on?
What's really going on?
Right.
3 months later, you engaged to little somebody, big somebody, you engaged, you're getting married, you're on People Magazine,
Right.
So I encourage you to look at things like that, because it's just like, what's really going on the inside?
Yeah.
What's really happening? Are you being set up, or are they really encouraging you to come along with me and be a hot girl? How long are they gonna be a hot girl?
Right.
Is what I'm
Right.
trying
Right.
to.
No,
Is what
that's
I'm
so
asking.
true, though.
Because
You
I
know?
think with, and there's no judgment at all, but it's so quick for the world to switch up.
Yeah.
And what's cool could switch up like that too.
Yeah.
Like you said, like what's really going on and in the background of all those things and what you were asking, I would definitely just let them know, like, because we're, like you said, we're not perfect and we've all have
Right.
experienced or gone through life different ways and when we're into those things and those things easily influence our choices, there's a brokenness, there's something
Yeah.
that's missing,
Right.
and we all know what's missing, because if we knew the truth, then we
Right.
wouldn't,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
We'd be over here
That's
entertaining
true.
it.
But and that's true, and I think that's what we have to look at now.
Yeah.
Is because behind words, and behind actions, that what we may look at and say, wow, why is she doing that?
Right.
There's a brokenness,
Right.
and we have all been there. We've all been in a certain place of brokenness to where we've done things that weren't so glorifying or so pleasing, and we can't be people to say, oh, she out here doing this and
Right.
she's sleeping around with everybody else, so she must not be she must not be the right person. No, it's not about that.
Right.
It's about lifting each other up.
Yeah.
Because again, none of us are perfect, and we
No.
know that.
Right.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. She's not perfect. But yet, we have a God who's perfect.
Right.
And we have a God who has definitely saved us from some crazy decisions. I'm telling y'all, back in my early 20s.
Your hot girl days?
Well, let me tell you.
The original Hot Girl Summer?
Wow.
Stop it.
Fruity Pebble Pop Rock movement? Whoa.
Let me tell you. So I literally remember, like, in my situation was very different because I didn't go out sleeping around. That didn't make my sin any less more crazy, because let me tell you, everybody got some sin.
Right.
Okay.
One
So
is greater than the other.
none is greater than the other. Okay. So I didn't go out sleeping around, but I did drink a lot. I did smoke a lot. I did all those things because I was trying to numb something
Right.
that was wrong.
Yeah.
I was numbing a pain that was there, a brokenness. And it wasn't until I really started taking my healing journey seriously that I discovered, dang girl, like, you really self-sabotaging yourself.
Right.
Like, you really keep going around this cycle over and over and over again. And I was looking at myself and I'm like, Vanessa, what are you doing? Like, this is not who you've been called to be.
Yeah.
This is not who God has called you to be.
Right.
And at that time, I judged myself so harsh. Like, I did. I was like, wow, I've grown up in the church and I'm doing all these things. I mean, I've had a crazy life, as a lot of us know. And we've all had crazy stuff happen to us. But I don't think it's an excuse for me to say, oh, I'm just a wild out.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
At some point, that brokenness, you do have the decision to allow God to heal that brokenness. And so, for me, I look at that and I say, when I see someone saying, oh, I can go out and do this hot girl summer, I'm looking at her like, sis, like, let's get some help.
Yeah. What's going on?
What's going
Yeah,
on?
what's really
Because I see a piece of me in you, and I think that's what's really needed now more than ever, because we have a lot of times we have so many people pointing the finger
Right.
and saying, oh, well, she out here doing this, or she came to church in that too short of a skirt, or she came to church in that top, so she must be out here wilding. No, how about you educate, sis?
Right.
How about you say, hey, sis, I love you. Let's try to, get something going or whatever. And you may not even have to approach it. It's all about letting God do the work.
Right.
Because, see, when God comes along, a lot of things that we used to want to do, we don't want to do it no more.
No, that switches up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Naturally, too.
Yeah.
You don't have to put
Yeah.
any work in, but give yourself to the Lord, and
Yeah.
that changes so quickly. And I love what you said, like, for when we see other young women act in a certain way, instead of judging them, like, we all need grace and have that understanding of the choices and actions we take. It's because something's missing. And so just like we need grace every single day, and I need grace every single day,
Right.
that's what we need to provide. And the fact that that you may have grown up in church but still had a crazy life, or we made choices, and now thankfully we're here and we have this great relationship with God.
Right.
That's how we can speak to other women,
Right.
and
Absolutely.
get down to I remember being outside of the church and not feeling like I can't go to church, or I can't really have that type of a relationship with God because I am doing this stuff, or I do look this way. And I think that's how we get to, like, Jesus spoke in parables so that he can relate to the people. We can use the choices that we did make,
Right.
or the way that we do look, to
Right.
speak to other people so that they know the love of God.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's very, very important for the positions that we're in, and where God always calls us. He uses those choices for that reason.
Absolutely. He will always use your story for his glory. And a lot of times when we when we're going through something, we don't see it at the time,
Right.
until God starts to bring that healing,
Yeah.
and He starts to reveal to you, okay, this is why certain things happened.
Right.
You know, He didn't cause those things to happen,
Right.
but He did use those bad times for
Right.
His glory.
Right.
And so, because I can look at that in my life, and I can look back on experiences, and I'm like, when I was in it, I'm like, God, like,
Take me out.
please, like, take me out.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, if I didn't go through those experiences, I wouldn't be sitting here right now,
Right.
talking to you guys from experience.
Yeah.
Just as you have experiences that you can talk from, and you have experiences that you can talk from, because God, He'll allow those things in order for us to use it for our story.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's really sad to see sometimes when you see broken people influencing other broken people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that gave me chills.
I know, that was good.
But
Yeah.
it's true. You know,
true.
it's sad because it doesn't anger me because they're hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of them realize the depth of the hurt.
No, they don't, because a lot of times we didn't realize the
No,
depth of our
absolutely
hurt.
not.
You know, there's things that I did that I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that until I came out of it, and then I was like, whoa, I did that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be like,
oh, I
you
hurt
was
that?
molded?
Yeah. Well, we suppress it so much.
Yeah.
We suppress it so much, so when we finally do decide, okay, let me heal from this, like, it's a lot of digging we got to
Yeah.
do because of
Yeah.
all those other things we let influence us and
Yeah.
push all of that stuff down. Now we're digging up a whole bunch of bodies, and it's hard.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. It's like, it's a process, and that's what I want people to know, is that the healing process, it may start with Hot Girl Summer. On the outside, you may see it as the Hot Girl Summer,
Yeah.
but it started a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
And what's being projected externally in the Hot Girl Summer season has been building up internally
Yeah.
within that person, you know. And so I think it's important that we, as women, we stand together and we say, hey sis, you need healing, let's go get our healing together.
Yeah.
You know, or if you've gotten a certain amount of healing, you look at your sis and say, hey sis, come on, let's go. You know, I think that's important, because once we do that, then we can change the trajectory on what this Hot Girl Summer really means.
Right.
Now fall is coming up.
I was just about to say, I was just to bring that up. Oh my goodness.
Fall is
You know
coming
you
up.
my sister, because I was just about to bring that up. I was just
look.
about to bring it up. What
you
y'all
got
gonna
to
do?
say?
Summer's over.
What are y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do after Hot Girl Summer is over? Warm Girl Winter? Or Cold Girl Winter? Warm Girl Fall? What's after winter?
That's it.
Spring?
They go to sleep.
Then
Here's
the
the
summer
deal.
again? What you gonna do in the meantime?
Joy comes in the morning.
I just want to know, what do you plan on doing?
Hey, you know what I do plan on doing though? For fall though, is I really plan on having a Hot Girl Fall. Saved edition though. Like I'm
Okay.
talking about like boots and like
I mean,
scarves,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole nine.
I'm just
like,
gonna
for
call
real.
that living my best life. How
Okay.
about that?
I mean,
Okay,
it's not just
that's what
about
I'm
the
gonna
clothes,
call
though.
it.
Like, here's the deal: it's not just about the clothes.
Yeah.
Like, it's about the way you carry yourself. Like, I think this is what's really gonna change the game.
Yeah.
Because I think I read something, and I won't name names, but I read something, and one of the hot girls, she was saying, "Well, I'm getting ready to go back to school in the fall." I'm like, girl, you didn't promoted this hot girl summer stuff out here, and then you getting ready to go back to school to
Yeah.
get your bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
Talking about all these distractions, and then you
know.
go to school.
But it's
What about the
okay.
rest of them? They could be looking like you done let us out here in this field.
And then you left us.
You done hopped in your whip and left us out here high and dry. What we gonna do?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
but here's the deal, though,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
even in that, there can be grace.
Yeah.
Because as we know, God extends grace to us, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so we gotta
Of course.
extend, we gotta
Of
extend
course.
grace to sis.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, then we the ones looking crazy.
Yeah, and I
Right.
think that's what it's. I think that's the good part about, you know, the no judgment and the you know, like I said, the no judgment, because you know we were where you once were.
And so we get it.
Yeah,
we
and
get
it's
it.
not
I
like
understand.
I'm over here like, oh, like I haven't been molded before, so I'm going to judge you. No, that's not it.
Right.
That's not it. I've been where you are, and I'm in a place where I've received healing, and I've compared the two, and I choose the healing over the hot girl summer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
That's it.
And you
That
make a
was
good
good.
point. Y'all so cute. But that's true though, little sis. That's true.
Oh, you had to pull out the little sister.
I can't help it.
We're doing good.
Just so you guys know,
I gotta go.
this is my real little sister. Okay, this
yeah.
is my real. This is yes, I love her. But this is my real little sister, and so a lot of
I'm
times
taller than her, but got
A lot of
my
times
nails
you'll
are
see
longer, and my lashes a little longer, but I'm younger.
But all in all,
Yeah.
we have to remember that God extends grace
Yeah.
to everyone in every season, because we've all been through a season, whether it's been we've isolated ourselves, or we didn't have a hot girl summer, or we didn't have a hot girl winter, or a hot girl
year,
fall, or a year, or a couple of years, whatever it may have been, whatever it may have been, he still extended grace.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
It's because he extended that grace to us,
Yeah.
And so I just love y'all. I do want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today for this awesome discussion with my girls. And please be sure to tune in to Divine Notes with Vanessa. There's so many other videos that you can experience. I want to be able to talk with you guys. So if you want to request any topics, please do so. Feel free. If you want to see these two again, please say so. They'll definitely be back. We love you guys, and God bless.